Hi everybody, I'm Nitya Khanna and I'm currently pursuing my BA plus MA degree, which is the integrated master's degree in clinical psychology from Amity University, Noida. And I recently got an opportunity to intern under Tanushree ma'am and I completed a 90-hour internship. In that 90-hour internship, I worked a total of 6 weeks with her. And I mean, to sum up the experience, it was amazing. It was one of my first offline internships in the last 2.5 years, and I think I've had the best offline experience with Tanushree ma'am. So, to talk about what all work I undertook in the 6 weeks that I interned under her, I learned about observation of a case. In total, I did 5 cases. I observed 5 cases. I learned basic observation. I learned about how I need to take my notes, how I need to make my observations. I learned how to create interventions for students in school from preschool to class 12. I learned how to design interventions for students and for individuals coming for counseling, and I learned about how to design rapport formation activities and many more interventions like that, like the feel better shower, the self esteem bucket, were a few that I completed in just 1 week. The next 1 week was about creating interventions for toddlers. We were planning workshop for schools, origami artwork activities for students, basically for students in school, and and then in the second week we also conducted a workshop under an organization which ma'am gave me an opportunity, and I was so glad that I could be a part of the organization, and I could be a part of the conduction and all. And it was, I learned a lot in that first workshop that I had with Tanushree ma'am. And later we visited another organization in Delhi named Limco, and we spoke to them about how and when and if possible if we can conduct a workshop for the for the employees' children and for the employees under the age group of 30. And in that week, we also did a lot of research, which was in depth research for toddlers and adults for the kind of interventions that we can do for them. Under the third week, we did a lot of discussions with the entire team. We finalized the draft for the Limco event, and we planned out interventions for the children who are going to be participating in the workshop, and for the adults also. In the fourth week, we had a volunteer meeting. We conducted activities that we planned to conduct in the organization on ourselves to try and test out what it'll feel like as participants over there. Then I observed another case, and then we did some online coordination for workshops. In the fifth week, we visited the Limco office, and I visited the Limco office and I helped in all of the setup and everything, and for the coordination, the conduction, the layout, and everything. And on 2nd of July, we successfully completed 2 events at Limco, and I'm so proud of everybody. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so glad and I'm so thankful for Tanushree ma'am because we could do that, and it was a successful event. In the sixth week, which was my last week, we completed an in-depth discussion about CBT, and we learned about how it can be used, where it can be used, and we conducted role plays, and we used the CBT worksheet to understand where, when, and what we can do in scenarios using CBT. Next, we created interventions for cases, and on the last day, we learned about play therapy, and basically we did sand art therapy. I learned how a sand tray can bring out so many possibilities and so many things that a client wants to share and cannot share generally. But through the sand tray therapy, a lot can be shared. So that was it in my internship. I learned a lot. This may seem very little when I'm saying it out loud, but during the last 6 weeks, I enjoyed thoroughly. I learned a lot, and Tanushree ma'am is not a teacher who just gives you lectures and explains things to you simply and asks you to do stuff. She makes you do work. So I think I had my best experience under Tanushree ma'am, and thank you so much, ma'am.